So welcome back again one more time, my dear kids. So almost we are to the last part of this problem solving regarding first chapter of physics, motion. Okay, this is Mithun Raj, your science teacher, signing in from this part of the world, Cochin, Kerala. Okay, a bit dangerous area now because of these natural disasters and all. Maybe you have heard about all these things in newspapers and all. So it was a very difficult situation here. Okay, anyway, now everything is peaceful and calm. Hope it will stay like that. But still, the corona situation is going on as severe as it is. Anyway, leave it. That's not our portion. Our portion is what? Portion is graphical derivation. Okay, graphical method. Deriving the equation of motion graphically. So one more time. Last day we studied about what? Simple thing about the three equations. We already know about that. The first part of the graph, what do we have? We have the velocity time graph here. We can get the values of time, we can get the values of velocity, final velocity and initial velocity easily from that graph. So directly we can take it, just find v minus u, and we have time. Easily we can get what? Easily we can get the equation for the acceleration. And from that equation we are deriving what? We are deriving the equation for the first equation of motion. Okay, the first equation of motion, what all things we can get? We can get the value of velocity, final velocity, we can get the value of initial velocity, we can get the value of acceleration, and we can get the value of time. So in exams, how question will ask? They will give, if the question is initial velocity is given, acceleration is also given, time is also given, you want to find what? Final velocity, you can use this equation directly. But in the case you want to find initial velocity, what you will do? Just substitute these equations. At, bring it here, v is equal to, and u is equal to v minus at, another equation you will get regarding initial velocity. Okay, anyway, that by doing a lots of numericals automatically you will find out the answers. Okay, as a homework I will give some numericals the next day. Just try to solve it and send it back. Let's see what is your knowledge regarding these equations of motions and all. So our next is, see, the same graph we are using, same graph. Okay, we want to position time graph. From that, how to find the displacement equation for displacement. So now we have time, you have initial velocity, we have final velocity. So from that, how to find out all those things, let us discuss. So the next part is what? We know the distance traveled by an object or the displacement is what? That's why we are taking this velocity time graph. The displacement is nothing but the area. So here what we have? Here we have two types of area. Is it? We have two types of area. Is it or not? So we have one rectangle here. Am I right? We have the values of what? We have the values of OP, which is U. We have the values of RQ, which is also U. We have the values of OR, which is T. We have the values of PQ, that is also T. We have the values of NQ, which is V minus U. But we don't have the value of Pn. Do we have it? Directly, do we have the value of Pn? No, we don't have. And we don't know the area of this entire part. But we know one thing. In velocity time graph, the area will give what? Yes, the displacement or distance traveled by that object. So how to find the area of this? Yes, we have two types of thing. One is rectangle and one is triangle. Okay, two geometrical shapes are there. One is rectangle and one is triangle. So you know what? You know the equation to find out the area of a rectangle and also the area of a triangle, isn't it? Okay, what is the area of a rectangle? Yes, length into breadth. Is it simple or not? Here what is length? Ah, yes, OR that is the length and OP is the breadth. Just multiply by that, we will get the area of the rectangle. And next here, how to find out the area of a triangle? PQN is the triangle. Huh? Isn't it? Half BH, half width into height, base into height. You get what is here base PQ. Am I right or not? This is the base, this is the height QN. Half into PQ into QN, we will get the area of the triangle. If you want to find out the total area, what we want to do? Just add these two areas. The area of the rectangle and the area of the triangle will give the entire area of this figure. And the entire area of the figure is what? Yes, come on. Yes, the entire area of that figure is the total area, that is the displacement or the distance of traveled by that. Okay, so let us substitute all those things. QP into QR is the area of this triangle, this rectangle. PQ into QN by 2 is the area of this triangle. So just substitute what all things we have. We know OP is what? U, substitute it here. Then OR is what? T, again substitute. This is what? QN is what? V minus U. And PQ is what? T. Yes, substitute it here, see. What do we look at? U into T plus, that means S is equal to UT plus T into V minus U into 2. But V minus U already we studied. What is it? See, come here, just see. V minus U is what? V minus U is 80. From where we will get that? V is equal to U plus 80. Bring the V here, U here. What is it? V minus U is 80. We already have that equation here. Am I right? Just substitute it here. What will you get? V U into T plus T into 80 by 2. Which is what? UT plus half 80 square. Is that the equation for the displacement? Just see. UT plus half 80 square. You got it or not? Is that simple? I hope it is simple, isn't it? Yes, just substitute the values and take it from the graph. That's it. That's the way of finding it. Isn't it? Understood? See, this triangle and this rectangle, if we add the area of both these figures, we will get the entire area of what? We will get the entire area of that geometrical figure. And we know that the entire area of geometrical figure is what? The displacement. Am I right? Is that simple or not? So we got how many equations now? We got 2 equations. This is not that much difficult. Okay, we know the area of this rectangle, area of the triangle also we know. Okay, area of rectangle is length into breadth. We know length is OR, time. OP is U, means initial velocity. Just multiply initial velocity by time, we will get the area of this rectangle. Next, find out the area of the triangle, half BH, half length into height. What do we get? Just T into V minus U divided by 2. From that we can get UT plus half 80 square. That's the equation for the displacement regarding the second time. Next is what? Deriving equation of position velocity relation. Okay, let's see what it is. We know that the distance traveled by an object is equal to area under the graph. Already we know that. So area OPNR is equal to sum of parallel side height divided by 2. Let's give it. Same thing what we did in the last time. Means what? Sum of parallel sides divided by height. Means what? What is the parallel side? See, PQ OR is parallel or not? Here NR is parallel to what? NR is parallel to PO. Am I right? Is both are parallel or not? So another equation is that the area of OPNR is equal to sum of parallel sides into height divided by 2. What is the height here? What is the height? Let's see one more time. What is the height here? Is it NR or not? Hmm? That's the derivation of the second equation. Let's see, if we substitute that values, what we will get? What is PO? Come here, what is PO? PO is U. What is NR? NR is V. So PO plus NR gives what? V plus U. What is PQ? Come here, where is PQ? PQ is here. What is PQ? PQ is time. T divided by 2, which gives what? Just substitute it. 2s. Take the 2 there, we can easily bring it that. 2s divided by V plus U will give what? T. Isn't it? It's just a simple substitution of all these values in that equation. Okay. So area of OPNR. Okay, this is another equation. OPNR, area of this geometrical figure is what? The sum of the parallel side. See, sum of the parallel side into height. Sum of the parallel side is what? PO plus NR. PO plus NR. And height, what is height? The highest point is this one, PQ, isn't it? So that is the equation for finding the same displacement in the second method. Okay, you only want to know this formula and you want to substitute these values in that equations. Okay, then we will get easily the terms in that, and after that getting that, we know that what? V minus U by A is equal to T. Just put it in the equations, and one equating equation 1 and 2 will get in the same derivation method. We can make it. Okay, the same derivation method we can make it. I think this third part will be a bit difficult for you. If you want it one more time, explain it with the use of the board, because this equation, I think in before you didn't study about that. Okay, so just see one more time. What is the three equations we need to find? These are the three equations we need to find regarding motion. So the first equation easily we can get directly from the graph. We know the time, we know the U, we know the V. So easily we can find what? Easily we can derive the equation for motion, the first equation of motion. Second one, we need what? We need the area of the entire part, which gives us what? Which gives us this rectangle plus this triangle's area. Okay, we got it. From that equation, substituting all those things, we will get what? S is equal to ut plus half at square. Isn't it? So they're deriving the third equation of position and velocity. We know what? Distance travelled by an object is area under the graph. Okay. Distance travelled by the object, or S, is the area of this graph. Let's see what is the area. Here, area of OPNR. OPNR, this particular figure is what? Sum of parallel sides into height by 2. Sum of parallel sides, see, PO plus NR. PO plus NR by what? Into height. PQ is the longest place here, that we will select it as the height. So we will get what? Sum of parallel sides by height means PQ plus NR into PQ. PO plus NR into PQ divided by 2. We know PO is what? U. NR is what? V. So V plus U. PQ is what? The time into T. So we know V plus U into T is equal to what? We can substitute it in this equation. We will get 2S by V plus U is equal to T. Also we know that V minus U by, anyway one more time I will explain this, otherwise you won't get it I think. It's a bit more confusing than that. The last part is a bit more confusing. First I was planning to take this part separately. Okay, otherwise you will get confused with that. But today I just only go through this equation. I think this one was easy. This is the third method to find out the what you want to find out, the distance travelled by the object. So that's it. In the next class we will discuss about the last equation one more time, so that it will be fine for you. Okay. Anyway, some videos are there or animations are there to find it out. When you are doing numericals, I am 100% sure you will be able to understand all those things crystal clearly. Okay, so that's the end part today. Tomorrow we will continue with the next part or the last part of problem solving and all, and I will give some numericals for you, okay, to work out at home. I want to see that in your rough book. Do it in your rough book. Don't need to do it in your CW. Okay, after making it clear, you can copy it to the CW, because the numerical parts from this chapter is like mind scratching things for the students. Okay, 9th standard. This much application of physics is very difficult. I hope till the second equation it was easy. The last equation a bit more difficult because both contain same terms. But you must study that because it's a very important part and it's an essay. Okay, so till then, Mithun Raj signing off from this part of the world. Dear kids, see you soon with the next video log, and after that we will go for the next chapter. Which one I didn't select it anyway. I hope for chemistry or biology. But all chemistry is very easy. We'll go with the chemistry part. Okay. So bye bye my dear kids. Thank you and Jai Hind.